Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Sir, okay, fine.
Okay, fine. Shekhar, Shobhan, Jit, Saraswati.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. I guess Imad. If I am wrong in pronunciation, please correct me, Imad. Imad, Ayushman, and
Yes, sir, Imad.
Imad. Okay, sorry for that. Shekhar now joined, I guess. And how to pronounce this? Debmally. Yeah, I'm sorry for it. I can say Nag. Okay, that is that is familiar to South Indian name. Okay, rest of the things are very difficult to pronounce. I guess we need to wait for 1 more minute. Even I'm late of 10 minutes, but still people are not joining. I think Kaustav had to join. I guess Kaushal now joined itself. All right, how is your preparation? How is your days going on with respect to prelims examination? Hope everyone is doing well. Any particular concern, any particular subject which is worrying to you? Please let me know. Any particular subject which is making not CSAT, okay? Rest of the subjects which is difficult to you, please let me know. Done? No doubts? I guess it's very good, in fact. Okay, we'll try to begin the session. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So we are going to see certain current affair issues, and I would like to tell you I'm going to cover one main topic here, that is debate over LGBT rights. Okay, debate over LGBT rights in a comprehensive manner. That is the main topic for today's session. Rest of the topics will be covered on the prelims note itself. Okay, so the first topic we are going to discuss is the issue regarding, the beginning of Fringex 23. Okay, Fringex 23 between Indian Army and the French Army. Okay, so I would like to confirm this thing before explaining this topic. Okay, UPSC from 2013 to 2022 never asked a question regarding defense exercises. Let me clear with that. Okay, never asked questions with respect to this defense exercises. Then why you are discussing this topic, sir? There are certain issues I would like to confirm. That is, even though they were not asked in UPSC Civil Service examination, but these particular issues are very important with respect to your state services, SSC exams, and last but not least, UPSC other examination except civil services examination. Okay, so that's the reason whenever I'm teaching this topic to my students, I will say that yes, absolutely, this is not immaterial for the civil service examination. But however, considering the use of this topic, you can understand. Further, I would like to mention that is sometimes we may get questions because it is a dynamic paper. We can expect questions on this issue also. आपको ये कहना चाहता हूं, अब तक फ्रॉम 2013 टू 2022 यूपीएससी कभी नहीं पूछा इसके बारे में, डिफेंस एक्स के बारे में कुछ भी एक ही क्वेश्चन भी नहीं आया. लेकिन यूपीएससी तो अनसर्टेन पेपर था, डायनेमिक पेपर था, इसलिए हम थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना चाहिए इन चीजों पर, ठीक है। सो पहली बात है कि व्हाट इज दिस फ्रिंजेक्स? एज आई टोल्ड यू, दिस इज अ स्ट्राइट फॉरवर्ड thing. I can tell you that this is a military exercise between India and France. India and France. So that is, we can understand from the notes itself. But that is not enough. I just want to brief up for those who are writing prelims. I just want to brief up what are the military exercises happened from the month of Jan to March. That is till today. All right. So that we can have an idea about different things. So let me begin with 2023. In the month of 2023, okay, in the month of 2023, we have Indian Air Force, Indian Air Force conducting parley military exercise at line of actual control and line of control. Both are different. I will tell you the example too. I repeat again, Indian Air Force in the month of January conducted exercise parley at line of actual control and line of control. What are the both things, sir? Can you explain? Now, if you see, our map on a rough note, line of control is the border conflict which we are facing with Pakistan. And line of actual control, almost we are facing with China. Of course, you should remember here, that is UPSC mains asked a question, that is twin border challenges. Twin border challenge. Okay. Anyway, that is a mains question. Not time to discuss now. But now I'm telling to you, Indian Air Force conducted exercise parley in the month of January at this borders. That is one issue. In the month of Feb, we have exercise Dharma Guardian. Exercise Dharma Guardian. You should remember, exercise Dharma Guardian is between India and Japan. India and Japan. Is it clear? India and Japan. That is the exercise Dharma Guardian happened between India and Japan in the month of Feb. In the same month, we have exercise Dust Lick. Okay, between India and Uzbekistan. India and Uzbekistan. All right. Next, we have in the month of same Feb, we have exercise Cobra Warrior between India and that is USA, Finland, USA, Finland, USA, Finland, South Africa, Sweden. Of course, there is Singapore too. I'm not asking you to remember all these names, but please do remember Cobra Warrior is a multinational exercise. Multinational exercise. Is it clear? So Cobra Warrior is a multinational exercise which was commenced in the month of, it was happened in the month of Feb. Okay. So that is, I can tell you. Clear? Next important one. That is, again, I'm repeating, Dust Lick between India and Uzbekistan, Dharma Guardian between Japan and India, Parley only by Indian forces, that is your Indian Air Force, Cobra Warrior, multinational exercise, USA, Finland, South Africa, Sweden, Singapore. For those who are writing prelims, I request you, after completing this session, after completion of this session, अब क्या करना चाहिए? अटलास निकालो और इन कंट्रीज को फोकस करना चाहिए, Finland and Sweden. You know why? What is the reason? They are called as SWIFIN. They are applying to be a members of NATO after the Russia-Ukraine war. So you should focus these two countries. Of course, you should also focus about Singapore, even South Africa also. Individually, they are having their own problems and their own issues in the last 1 year. Okay, and I guess very soon I'm going to take one more session every week, and dates will be finalized. The academy gave me approval. Dates will be finalized soon, and you will get more information. And in that, we will discuss only previous topics of with respect to prelims. Okay, so that is Cobra Warrior exercise. And next, we are having in the month of March. In the month of March, we have we have this exercise called as desert flag exercise. Desert flag, which was again a multilateral exercise. Desert flag is a multilateral exercise. It consists of again countries like USA, Australia, and all these countries. Okay, and in the month of March, we have that is fringex. We discussed it, fringex, and I just want to add one new information which was added just today's morning, but I will come to that point. So, is it clear, everyone? Whatever exercise happened from the month of Jan to Feb, from the month of Jan to March, is it clear? आपको मायने
Yes, sir.
क्या किया आपको जनवरी से मार्च तक जो एक्सरसाइज हो गया I mean different nations between the different nations I just explained to you. Hope you are clear. How questions can come, sir, on this particular topics? How questions can be come? So questions can be asked in a different manner. So how I will tell you just a second. Questions can be asked in two different formats. Questions can be asked in two different formats. Number one, questions can be asked on one note in a direct manner. Directly they can ask you, like, what is this exact or what is the exact thing, or else what is the next important, like that they can ask you. However, questions can be asked from the matching point of view also. So for that also you should prepare. Okay, so from the matching point of view, they'll simply give you matching. Dharmagodian, Uzbekistan, Dustling, Japan, like that they can ask you. So get ready for it. All right. So as I told you, there is one more important thing I should confirm you. You know, in 2017 prelims paper, there was a question. The question is, this is the question. Third, sometimes in news, it is associated with which of the following? Okay. So third is a thermal high altitude aerial defense, which was a missile deployed between South Korea and North Korea by USA. Understood? This is third. Why I told this topic? Today, South Korea and USA launched one of the largest joint military exercise called as Freedom Shield. Freedom Shield. You should remember this in connection with the previous question paper. You should not forget this. So Freedom Shield, sometimes in news, it is associated with A, COVID vaccine, B, space program, C, a defense program, D, a marine production program. You should say it's a defense program. Between which two countries? Come on.
So USA and South Korea.
Very good. USA and South Korea. You should remember these countries also. So what is the aspirants who are preparing for prelims they should do? They should locate South Korea and North Korea and bordering countries, bordering islands also. Okay. With your consent, I can say that this topic is finished and we got a clarity about what is exercise fringex. Plus, we even got clarity over the previous exercises happened from the month of January to till today. Even we got update about today's morning update from the global newspapers. That is exercise freedom shield. I hope you are clear. Shall I move to the next topic?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I need your Bharat Jodo Congress symbols. That's great. People got my signal very easily. All students even raised their hand very easily. For your confirmation, Jit, thank you. What you have to do, you have to raise your hand in a signal to say that you are clear about the topic. I guess we have a new student here, Preeti. Preeti raised her hand. Imad, I guess he's also clear. Shobhan, Nag, Ayan are waiting. Okay, I guess they are waiting for something else. I will move to the next topic. Okay, let us go to the next topic. Okay, the next topic is sorry. The next topic is we are now going to see a series of activities with respect to Shanghai Cooperation Organization. If I'm not wrong, even our previous classes we discussed about Shanghai Cooperation Organization. However, I will give you a brief again in a nutshell, but try to understand. Till now, we have Shanghai Cooperation Organization Auditor General's meeting, Shanghai Cooperation Organization Film Festival. Okay. Now, what is the next thing is we are going to have a Buddhist heritage here. Now, very interesting one. Why Buddhist heritage is important? Okay. So this is the one, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. I will talk about Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Then I will come back to the topic of Buddhist heritage, how they are connected through Buddhism. Let us go back to history there. So let us see here. Shanghai Cooperation Organization is one of the outcome of post USSR scenario. For those who are not aware about USSR, let me give you a brief about it. In 1917, we have Russian Revolution. We call it as October Revolution. In 1922, with the help of Vladimir Lenin, we witnessed USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Now, their ambition is to expand socialism and to promote communalism, to promote communism and to promote socialism. Both are mostly different. There is broad difference between them. For example, communist government main agenda is that is there should be a radical change. There should be radical change, and this change can have violence. Not a problem. Whereas we have socialist people, they will also believe that only, but they will feel egalitarian society is a major ambition and there should be a stateless society. Very hard to get it, in fact. Stateless society. So both are very different approaches. Now, this was established from 1922 to, in my terms, 1993, we found Cold War. And in 1992, exactly, we witnessed that USSR was disintegrated into 15 countries. This is what you can see. So this USSR disintegrated into 15 countries. And these 15 countries, out of these 15 countries, there are some countries having some border issues with China. So those countries even formed Shanghai Five. In 2001, after joining of Uzbekistan, it became Shanghai Cooperation Organization. This is the story. Clear? So this is the line which I want to I just briefed everything within few minutes. But to explain each and every topic, it will take at least 2-3 weeks, in fact. Okay. But For a brief understanding, we should have clear. Okay, right. So now I would like to tell you. Let us move towards understanding what is this particular issue is about. I told you USSR was disintegrated, out of which 15 countries were formed, and here there are certain countries having border issues with China, and those countries formed as a Shanghai Five. And those countries formed as a Shanghai Five. And finally, what happened? This Shanghai Five countries, after joining of Uzbekistan, they became so-called Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And here, most important thing is this Shanghai Cooperation Organization had a special thing called as RATS. 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 We discussed this also in our previous session. Please check out your notes. Things I want to confirm to you. 2023 Shanghai Cooperation Summit is going to happen in India. When India became member, India is not a founding member. I found this question in UPSC CDS exam. The question goes like this. That is, India is one of the founding member of SCO. No, not at all. India joined SCO only in 2017. Okay. So in 2017, India joined with SCO. For this year, India is going to conduct the meeting. What is the most expected area of questioning in prelims? The question thing is, in 2022, summit happened at Uzbekistan, a place called as Samarkand. So in this Samarkand, we have this so-called Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting 2022. So what is the most important thing? You have to look at Uzbekistan. You have to find all those countries. Am I clear with you till now? Russian Revolution, establishment of USSR in 1922, then disintegration of USSR, formation of 15 countries, some countries having border clash with China, they formed as a Shanghai Five. Then we have Uzbekistan, then we have Shanghai Cooperation Organization, then we have India is now conducting meeting. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if someone say rats, what do you remember? I think you told me what is rats in Bengali. Rats ka matlab chew, chua, not chua. Something is there.
Sir, Mushok.
Mushak. Yeah, Mushak. So don't remember Mushak, okay? If someone is asking question in UPSC and don't write you gave wrong answer. Mushak rats is a Mushak or animal. Why is not wrong answer? Let me go to Kolkata High Court or let me go to Delhi High Court. I'll file a case. No, don't do that. Rats is there. Rats is the organization against the terrorism and extremism. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But let us see here. I discussed with you Buddhist heritage in this Central Asian region. Very strange, right? So one question is general question. Don't think like UPSC aspirant and don't do overaction. Generally think here how Buddhism reaches Central Asian countries, because you know very well that India is somewhat located here, and Central Asian countries means you have to cross Afghanistan, let us say Iran, and then Afghanistan, then you have to go to other countries. How this connection was done? To understand that, you need to understand ancient history in a different level. So how it can be, I will tell you it. So for example here, in ancient history, let me give you an idea here. In ancient history, we found different dynasties ruled over India. If I say ancient history, you should think about not this map. you should think about this region too, because at that time this is also part of India. Now here, after the particular people called as Mauryans, after the downfall of Mauryans, we witnessed arrival of Indo-Greek kings. Some are Shakas and some are these people called as Kushwans. UPSC 2006 prelims question. What is the question? Who are the people called as Mlecha, Yavana? Who are these people? These people are foreigners. Mlechas and Yavanas. Understood? So, these Indo-Greek people are called as Mlechas and Yavanas. You should remember for longer time those who are writing prelims. Now, let us come to the point here. You know, Shakas, Kushwans, they're okay. They incorporated into Indian society later. That is the great reason Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan said these beautiful words about India. What he said, India's culture is on acculturation plus accommodation. Most beautiful words in sociology. Acculturation and accommodation. We accept, we learn. So in broadly, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan said what is true. India's culture is acceptance. Even Swami Vivekananda used the same word. I belongs to a land which believes on universal acceptance. Great India. You should feel proud about it. Come to the point here. Shakas and Kushwas are incorporated into Indian society. It is a turn of Kushwans who did a great benefit to India. What they did? They did very simple things. Kushwans, they controlled this region. Particularly, Kashmir became hot of the debate at that time, hot of the politics at that time in Kushwana period. Kushwan, there is one king, okay, called as the Great Kanishka. And Great Kanishka conducted fourth Buddhist council. You should remember this Buddhist council for two reasons, my dears. In fourth Buddhist council, we found division of Buddhism into Mahayana and Hinayana.
Mahayana and Hinayana.
Sukhi Baba. Further, what is important is Kushwan, King Kanishka appointed Ashwagosha. For what? Ashwagosha had a task now. The task is propagating Buddhism to Central Asian countries. That is the main topic. So, whenever we remember Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Buddhist heritage, the question you should ask me, who propagated Buddhism to Central Asian countries? It is Aswagosha. Understood? Aswagosha was sent to Central Asian countries by which of the following kingdom? Kushwanas. Who is the king? Kanishka. You should remember that after Ashoka, it is the Kanishka who sent these missionaries to propagate Buddhism. Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you should remember that. So further, for those who are writing prelims, please locate this country. For me, it is heart of the Central Asian country from last few years. That is Mongolia. Mongolia should be remembered for the long term. Of course, Russia, you should watch it. China, you should focus about it. And Buddhist Confederation. Apart from that, I just want to add one more information to this topic. That is, a group of South Korean pilgrims. Okay. A group of South Korean pilgrims came to India to see all the Buddhist places. So, Buddhism is India's one of the topmost foreign policy issue. That's the reason there is a word called as Buddhist diplomacy, which is circulating in Indian media. Okay, Buddhist diplomacy. Am I clear till now? So what we discussed so far in this topic, I discussed with you what are SCO countries and where they locate. And we also discussed about, apart from SCO countries, we also discussed about the particular issue called as how Buddhism propagated into South Asian countries. If you have any doubts, I will wait for 1 more minute. Please let me know. If you don't have any doubts, Hath Mila Meri Jhan, Hath Mila Meri Bhai. So give me high five.
Sir,
I guess it is Joy. Yes, Joy. What's your
sir,
dinner
what
today?
is
What's your
sir,
dinner?
what is Buddhist?
What's your dinner?
Sir, today we cook something. It's called bati chachuri. Do you know that? It's my favorite
Batti?
actually.
What is that?
Bati chachuri. It's
Batti charge?
a vegetable. Yeah, it's a vegetable made of potato and some other vegetables. Okay, and it's mainly made of salt and turmeric. You cook it in that with raw mustard oil. There's mutton. There is dal.
I
There is
guess
egg.
Joy, you should open a YouTube channel called as Joy Cooking. Okay, then we can
Yes,
watch.
sir. I was wanting to do it years back, but now I'm focusing on UPSC. If it fails, I'm
Very
going
good.
to open YouTube.
What was that? What was that? Batta, not Batti.
Bati chachuri.
Batti,
Chachuri.
chop chodi.
Yes.
Batti, chop chodi.
Yes.
ये क्या है भाई साहब?
Sir, I had a
Can you?
question.
We'll
Sir,
take
what
question
is
later.
Buddhist
What are the ingredients
Buddhist
in this?
diplomacy? This bati chachuri.
Hey, you are again scolding me, huh?
No. This the thing I told you. So it's made of it's main ingredient in this is
Hey,
turmeric
don't waste
only.
time. Don't waste time. Please tell me the question, please. Are you Buddhist? Why you are wasting time? Please.
Sir, sir, what is Buddhist diplomacy? Can you please explain?
No, I won't explain. Okay, next topic. Okay, listen. Buddhist diplomacy, the word which is right now very popular among the media. Here, Indian government decided to do, decided to promote Buddhist heritage in India. What is Buddhist heritage in India? Now, I will tell you one event. One event happened very recently, just 2 years back. In a special C-17 aircraft, a person carrying a bowl from Sanchi Museum landed in Mongolia. Mongolian people ready to invite this bowl. That's it. With a huge prayer, songs, and everything. A question asked to the man, what is this bowl consists of? Consists of relics of Buddha. This is Buddhist heritage of India. India, a place where you maybe you can say, sir, how this was happened. You should see here the lifeline of Buddha. What it says? Ashoka Rumindhai inscription said, Hido Buddho Jato. Yeah, that is Buddha born here. I mean to say in Lumbini. Even though officially Nepal consists of Buddha, but India made him as a Buddha. I hope you know this process, how he became Buddha. He came to India. He left his beautiful horse called as Kantaka. He left Kantaka. He left the palace and he came to here. When he came here, he was He was taught something by a guru called as Alara Kalama. A guru to Buddha. Next, Buddha met one more one more guru called as Uddharaka. Now Buddha got enlightenment. He went to Sanchi and he spoke about Dharma Chakra Parivartana. Then he went to Sarnath. Understood? All these places belongs to India. So this now became a powerful tool to promote Buddhism in Buddhist countries. Central Asian countries are one of them. Myanmar is one of them. Thailand is one of them. Sri Lanka is one of them. Japan is one of them. South Korea is one of them. Bhutan is one of them. So all these countries, they respect India like anything because we do have the biggest heritage of Buddha. So Indian government now decided to promote that Buddhist heritage, that Buddhist culture, that Buddhist knowledge to the different countries by the word Buddhist diplomacy. Is it clear, Joy?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Okay, so let me go to the next topic. That is, the next topic is 68th anniversary of, just a second, my dears. One cockroach is irritating me like anything. Let me set it. Okay. So 68th anniversary of what? Sorry. That is World Wildlife Day, not 60th anniversary. Please, I'm sorry for that. World Wildlife Day was recently conducted on March 3rd. Okay. So on 68th anniversary, they fixed this World Wildlife Day on 2013. Am I audible to you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, World Wildlife Day was conducted, was designated on this particular day. But my particular point I want to convey to you all regarding this day. What was that? I want to convey to you why World Wildlife Day is important topic for all of us to see. Let us work out on it. Now, as I told you, in 2013, we got World Wildlife Day. World Wildlife Day was celebrated to raise awareness about protecting the wildlife. Can you tell me in which year it was designated? 2013. Thanks to Indian Constitution. You know why? Thanks to Indian Constitution. You know why? I will tell you. Indian Constitution, even in 1947, decided to have this kind of ideology. Of course, Constitutional Assembly in DPSPs, of course, it was later added. Constitutional Assembly in DPSPs had a provision. Article 48A talks about wildlife protection. Justice Swaran Singh Committee recommended Part 4A, fundamental duties, and they had 51A. And I'm not wrong, if subclause something is there, talks about fundamental duty to protect the wildlife. So one should thanks about these things. Understood? Now, Indian cultures, for example, Jainism is one of the earliest document talks about protection of wildlife. Talk about Rig Veda, it is also talking about it. In fact, Rig Veda gives highest priority to the nature. Right? So last but not least, even Buddha spoke about, he himself born as a many living beings in Jatakas. In Jatakas, he told he was born as an elephant, he was born as a horse, he was born as a other things. You should remember, this particular United Nations recognized the importance of wildlife in 2013 thanks to Indian culture, Jain, Buddha, Vedic. They recognized the protection of wildlife in their dharmas. All right. So that is the greatness of India. Anyway, let me move further here. That is why this particular day was on March 3rd. Okay. March 3rd is the establishment of sites. What is sites? Does anyone have idea about sites? If you have any idea, please let me know. If you don't have any idea also, please let me know. Hello. This is why particularly students I will say, Bhula dena mujhe, ye alvida tujhe, tujhe jeena hai.
It's an abbreviation of Convention on International Trade of Endangered Species, basically.
आपका हाथ मिला भाई साहब. You absolutely need a big round of appreciation. I guess it's Kaushal voice. Kaushal, are you Kaushal?
Yes, sir.
मिठाई खाओ मेरे भाई. Okay, मेरी तरफ से आपको बधाई हो. Okay. Congratulations, brother. So let us come to the point here. What is CITES? As he told to us, that is CITES is a international convention. Okay. So let me tell you that is CITES is an international convention, to be precisely, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. If you don't remember the abbreviation, nothing wrong. But just remember, it's a convention. It's a convention means it's an agreement. Okay. So it's a convention on international trade in endangered species of wild fauna and flora. Which year? 1973. It was accepted on the same March 3rd. Am I clear? So on March 3rd, we had this particular event. So we had this day. Okay, that is sites. Now, UPSC time and again ask these particular topics on environment. Environment topics are very, very important, my dears. Okay, those who are writing prelims this year, you should allocate a sufficient time. You should allocate a sufficient time on preparing for the international conventions. If you don't give sufficient time to it, definitely they will give you time in next year. Okay. So do allocate sufficient time to read this particular issue called as sites. I mean, not only sites, remaining other issues. So what is sites is about? So as I told you, CITES is an international agreement to protect the fauna and the flora. How it will protect? CITES will have 3 appendix, a list. Appendix 1, Appendix 2, and Appendix 3. So if it is Appendix 1 species, tiger, elephant, and these species are species which are threatened to extinction. They are at high risk. So trade is completely banned on the things, on the elements which are mentioned in the Appendix 1. I repeat again. Appendix 1 means the species which are under threats in the sense, under any kind of danger, under kind of risk. Those animals are away from the those animals are away from the particular issue. Away from the particular issue. I mean to say, uh, particular trade. I'm sorry, particular trade. So Appendix 1 talks about those species which are under threats. So they are away. No, there is no possibility of trade here. So Appendix 2. Appendix 2 is something trade is regulated. Trade is regulated. Okay. Trade is regulated. And last condition is, that is here, the species which are protected in at least one country. At least one country. That's it. So the treaties, the species which are protected at least one country. So if the species are protected at least one country, it is Appendix 3. If trade is regulated, Appendix 2. If trade is banned, Appendix 1. Sir, can you give me a list of the things? I cannot teach you because the list is very huge. You can find out. But UPSC doesn't ask you such questions. If the questions are very, very, for example, cheetahs. Cheetahs comes under Appendix 1. So unless and until, if you should not trade for the sake of protection, conservation only you can trade. For the sake of eating, you cannot trade. Okay. Some people are there, they love cheetahs meat. I don't know how to call them. Okay, but they will trade it. Some people, they will try to trade for the sake of a name. For the sake of name. One boy in my village, what he did, he went to one cobra's home. Cobra's home in the sense, he entered into some dense bushes to see that cobra. What cobra did? Cobra sent him to next level of the life, that is heaven or hell. We don't know, but we should not do. Let them, let them stay. Let them struggle. Let them survive. We should not try to do our action there. Okay, I mean, not in the sense you, we, all the people should not disturb them. Clear? So what I want to convey to you is sites is very important for our prelims point of view, my dears. I guess you came to know three appendix. Appendix 1, the species which are at the threats or at risk. That is Appendix 1, trade is not allowed. Appendix 2, which includes trade of the species which are can be regulated. Appendix 3, at least one country will announce it as a species under protection. Rest of them, they won't allow it. Okay. So from the simple topic which was in the newspaper, we revised many associated issues. So finally, for our last point of view, the theme is partnership for the wildlife conservation. So theme of 2023 wildlife protection, wildlife day is partnership for the wildlife conservation. Am I clear? Are you clear with the topic?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is not the yes I want, right? Yes, Kaushal, you hit the nail, man. I want Congress, Bharat Jodo, Preeti, Emad, Jade, Saraswati, Ayan for the first time ever he raised his hand. Shekhar, Shobdan. Shekhar is not rising. Ayushman, okay. That's great. Thank you so much, my dears. Let us go to the next topic. Before that, I want to sing a song for you people. With your please dealing from the class, because some people may feel difficulty. And no, why always I will sing song? Let me give a chance to someone else. Who will sing song? Who? Ah, Shobhan. Oh, Shobhan. Come on, Shobhan. Shobhan.
Yes, sir.
Come on, you can sing a song.
No,
We are
sir.
ready.
No, sir.
Hey, Shobhan, please.
I don't.
Please,
Why are you says please, sir? I
because
don't. God.
you raise your hand now, so I'm asking.
That's my mistake.
Okay, okay, Shobhan. Okay. Anyone else? I guess only person can handle this situation is none other than our Jit, a famous singer having a huge following in Kolkata region. Jit,
Yes, sir.
come on, Jit, we have a hero called as Ajit here. Ajit, we call him as Tala. Tala means what is Tala in Bengali? Is it a sin word? Is it a mistake? Is this any word which is very bad word? No, not right. What is Thala? Do you have any word like Thala in Bengali? First of all, tell me, Ajit.
Uh, no, sir.
Then
So
sir.
thala,
What
Sir, it's
Tha?
called
it
thala.
means plate. So it means plate.
You made our Thala Ajit the superstar of South India as a plate. You Joey. You don't have any chance
Sir,
to
it's called thala.
Preeti ji. Thala. Then it's okay. We call him as a Thala. Thala Ajit. Aluma doluma aisa lakadima aluma. आपको मालूम है a song? I hope you all know this song.
Sir, I know Ajit.
Okay, just think about it. Okay. Okay. Come on, Jit. Ajit.
Yes, sir.
Please sing a song for us. It can be Telugu song, not a problem. I can understand. You want to sing Bengali song?
No, sir. Sorry.
You don't want to sing?
No, sir.
Hey, you are smiling there. Huh? Don't smile. సిగ్గుపడుతున్నావా? I mean, you are blushing, I guess. Please. Okay, cool. Okay. I guess no one is ready. Not a problem. I'll continue the class. Don't ask me to sing, okay? What was the last topic we discussed?
Sir, wildlife conservation.
Okay, then. Let me put forward you the topic of the day, the main topic of the day, that is the issue regarding lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgenders in India. I will put forward two issues here, my dears. That is one, uh, yeah. So one thing is that is how to handle this situation, and second thing is what is the current status here. In fact, I should tell you proudly, I know him. He is Supriyo Mukherjee, I guess, a hotel management professor. I met him in educational fair. When I see in newspaper, I was shocked. I texted him. He said, like, it's my personal choice, like that. I said, okay, not a problem. What's wrong with that? He's his personal life. He decided what to choose in life. So he chose it. That's it. Whatever. This issue is one of the burning issue in India right now. No, why? Because there are two, three dimensions here. I will give you all the dimensions here, and what are the possible things, what are the things we can also have. Now, the whole debate started from marriage of these two people, but the issue began in 2013, in fact. So, what was happened in 2013, and what is the so-called total issue? We'll try to finish. Before that, please check here what is the current affair issue is. That is now Supreme Court asking government and its stand. And government is very clear that if it is, if LGBT marriages are allowed, it will completely create havoc situation and it will disturb the personal life of the people. That is the government of India's stand. What is your stand? I will take your opinion later. After my session, we can have a beautiful opinion seeking uh, minutes, I can say discussion. But now I would like to tell you why particularly issues or concerns were raised about these people. What mistake they did? Not mistake. What's wrong with their attitude? Let us start now. Now, the idea of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgenders is not new to India. It's true. It's not new to India. How I'm telling to you, there is a book. Even I read the book. Okay. So there is a book which spoke about this particular issues which are exist in India. Okay. So where and when started? Where and when started? How we can quote all these things? Now it was mentioned by. Sorry, just a second. Right. So it was mentioned by Salim Kidwai.
So your screen is not visible.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir. It has come now.
Okay then. Now it is one person called as Salim Kidwai. Salim Kidwai. Just a second. Yeah, right. So it was Salim Kidwai who wrote a book. So Salim Kidwai, and this Salim Kidwai wrote a book called as Same Sex Love in India. The book called as Same Sex Love in India. So in this book, and the authors along with that, there is one more person called as Ruth Vanitha. Both people in their book called as Same Sex Love in India, they told that the issue of homosexuality is somewhat associated with even India's past life also. Now, here is the thing, even it was the same, they said that even ancient India also had so-called homosexuality. Now, this was supported by RSS chief Mohan Bhagavat. RSS chief Mohan Bhagavat, he told these things, that is in Bhagavat, that is in the story of Bhagavat, there are two people called as Hamsa and Dhimbaka. Hamsa and Dhimbaka, even they are also who are military generals of Jarasandh. These people also homosexual people, according to Mohan Bhagavat sir. Understood? I would like to tell you that Bhagavat, Mohan Bhagavat highlighted the story in one of the speeches he is giving recently, in the sense last 3 months back, in one RSS meeting. Okay, now you should also see here there are some Sanskrit scholars. For example, a professor called as Jawahar Lal, a professor Jawahar Lal from Lal Bahadur Shastri Sanskrit University also, he also brought the same story. Okay, so somewhat you feel that these two people are homosexual in their relation. Now, what I want to convey to you is this particular issue. This particular issue became popular after Britishers' entry into India. When British came to India, you know very well that British usually ruled on the will of the king, of course, of the will of the parliament also. Okay, in 1877, the parliament is full of conservatives. So these people generally hate homosexuality. So further in India, section 377, which criminalization of unnatural offenses. Criminalization of unnatural offenses was brought. Criminalization of unnatural offenses was brought to the limelight. This is section 377. Section 377 is the issue. Okay. Now, after this thing, there are batch of petitions filed within the Indian judiciary asking about decriminalization of section 377. I mean, 377 decriminalization means there should be no cases, or you can say there should be no punishment if someone involved in homosexuality. Now, this is very interesting for us. Now, a person who is associated with some of the films called as Navatesh. Very important case. Navatesh Singh Johar. I guess very, very important case happened in 2018. Navatesh Singh Johar case, Supreme Court said that it is decriminalizing same-sex marriage under section 377 of IPC. Very, very interesting. Under IPC 377, if you remember, I told you, that is under IPC 377, you will be penalized. Under IPC 377, you will be jailed if you go for homosexuality. And this was changed by one judgment. What is the judgment name? The judgment name is Navatesh Singh Johar. Navatesh Singh Johar case, Supreme Court said this. Supreme Court, how they said? They said based on the doctrine of privacy. Under doctrine of privacy. Okay. Doctrine of privacy was evolved from the famous case called as Puttaswamy. Puttaswamy versus Union of India, which stated Article 21 includes right to privacy. Is it clear till now? Because till now I explained you the past story, Dimbaka, the story of Dimbaka, which was mentioned in Bhagavata. And then I discussed with you the story of Dimbaka, and then I discussed with the judicial counter. So judiciary, particularly Navtej Singh Johar in 2018, Navtej Singh Johar case, Supreme Court stated it is decriminalizing section IPC section 377. What do you mean by decriminalization? That is you will be no more, there will be no more prosecution if you marry your homosexual, if you undergone homosexual marriage, or you can say marriage within the same gender. Now this is very interesting. So how this was mentioned? Because of Article 21, which even includes the right to privacy after the Puttaswamy judgment. This is the story what happened till now. Okay, but we should not stop here. We should not stop here, because we should understand why marriage is legitimated among the same group also. Why marriage is validated among the same group also. So why marriage is validated? Let us see what is the thing here. So marriage is a private issue. Supreme Court, you should remember this case again. Supreme Court, Supreme Court, Supreme Court in Shakti Vahini. Supreme Court in Shakti Vahini versus Union of India. Supreme Court in Shakti Vahini versus Union of India stated, that is, choosing life partner comes under Article 19 and Article 21. So it's your own issue. You can choose your own. Second important case called as Shafeen Jahan versus Ashokan KM. I will tell you this case, but before that, let me revise what is the above case. Again, I am telling to you, in Shakti Vahini versus Union of India, Supreme Court stated choose life partner. Choosing life partner, it comes under Article 19 and 21. Very interesting one. See, you should remember that the acceptance of LGBT community and their marriage is very, very, very difficult in India right now. So, Supreme Court directed, that is, choosing a life partner, this needs some kind of validation. For example, a 10th class boy can love his teacher, and can say, choosing life partner comes under fundamental rights. So I choose you. Come, let's go for disco dance. No, not possible, madam and sir. Not possible. Okay, there are restrictions. There are some rules. So choosing life partner is validated to you, but your age should cross the maturity levels. That is, your age should cross. If you are boy, let us say 21 years. If you are girl, it is 18 years. You should cross this age. You should know what is good, what is bad. So that is Shakti Vahini. So when I discussed this case, I mean, to one of my previous batches, there even one LKG, one intermediate student also attended the session, and he decided to go for elope. You know what is elope? ELOPE. Do you understand? Before marriage, boys and girls will go. That is elope. How to call it Bengali? That one? Elope. ELOPE. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bolo? There is no word, I guess.
सर नहीं पता.
Okay, okay. Then it's okay. No, this is very interesting. So he told me that, sir, I would like to go for that elope because what you said is correct. I want to choose my life partner. And he started to choose life partner. You know who is she? She's a married lady of two and blessed with two children. He started to love to that girl. That is a very unfortunate thing. I don't know how we are heading. But try to see here, choosing life partner comes under Article 1921, but this is not a license. So this is not a license, and this is you cannot do whatever you want. Next, Shafeen Jahan versus Ashokan KM. So this is Shafeen Jahan case is very different. Why it is very different? Shafeen Jahan, which is famously called as Hadia. How many of you remember Hadia case? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. Then I will tell you a story. Hadia, I mean, the original name is different, but Hadia tried to love a Muslim girl. You know, Hadia is a Hindu girl. She started to love with a Muslim boy. Then a case was filed. Finally, Supreme Court stated this judgment. The judgment is called as Shafi Jahan versus Union of India. What is the judgment? The judgment says that the judgment says that marriage is a completely private issue. Marriage is a completely private issue, and definitely they will try to have some regulations. Unfortunately, they need regulations in many areas, but I don't know why. So Shafin Jahan versus Ashok Khan, you should remember that. Further, okay, just a second. Okay, just a second. Just a second. Okay, I'm sorry for the delay. So let us come back to the topic here. So we understood Supreme Court even supporting the marriages between the same sexual people. So finally, I would like to tell you, apart from Supreme Court, so there are some other important contributions uh, to this particular event. For example, we have European Court of Human Rights. European Court of Human Rights mentioned
Sir, your
1991.
screen is not visible.
Hallelujah. Just a second. Now I guess it is visible.
No, sir, not
No,
yet.
sir.
Really? Mm, mm. Oh my God. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to confirm to you after Indian cases, I'm now explaining about that is what are the different countries' opinions. European Court, European Court, which is focusing on promotion of human rights, and here they promoted even so-called gay or you can say lesbian marriages. So even South Africa also there is one act. There is one act to promote this. I mean to protect the this particular section of people. So likewise, you will find USA even had it. Supreme Court, Supreme Court. Even these people, I mean, South Africa, North Korea, and these countries are packed with many schedules. In fact, okay. So these countries are also having special protection. You see here, Supreme Court of India is guiding special protections. They're also asking special protections. So that's the reason we can ask the government in getting the things. Okay, so this is the story of lesbian, gay, sexual by transgenders marriages in India. You know, even though there was a judge, but he once upon a time mentioned about that he had a very good relation with some boy. Okay, so this is the thing. So hope you are clear with that topic. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So next important topic, not very much important here. In continuation with that, I'm telling to you that is Supreme Court. It is examining the issue, but it gave a gave a direction to refer these things to the Supreme Court. Article 145 to clause 3. Okay. Article 143 for clause 3. Please do find in the internet. So next we have Basava CM. Okay. Then we have another topic here, that is Karnataka CM opened Namo water facilities under MP lots. Very important. Very, very important, in fact. Okay, so here we are having one more issue, that is the issue regarding Namo app, MP lots, and then so-called the issue regarding Aushadhi Kendras. So, yeah. So, you see, in a short term, it became very popular. Not short term, in fact, very less time it became very popular. So, what is it became very popular? That is, Jan Aushadhi Kendras became very popular. So, Jan Aushadhi Kendras, what are they? What is your functions? And everything we will try to understand in now last session, in fact. Last slot. You see, one of the reason in India to rise poverty is particularly a relaxed attitude. Okay, this is somewhat prevalent in our society, in fact. So you should work out on it. Okay. Now that is Jan Aushadhi Kendras, and this Jan Aushadhi Kendras are currently in Kolkata, right? Okay. Is it clear? So poverty is due to because of high cost of medicines, and now it can be countered by a cheap, even I can use the word affordable Kendras. Okay. So they will offer you fertilizers, seeds, what not everything they will offer you. However, you should have coordination with respect to their currency and everything. The scheme was launched by Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. One of the most important thing you should remember. Generally, Jan Aushadhi Kendras means providing medicines to the people. Generally, we may think that medicines should be stored by health officials. No, that is even very simple. So loss of market, if you work out on it, definitely easily work out measures can be done. Okay, so this is our own. Okay, Atkal temple, which is called as Women's Sabarimala, celebrated Pongal. So this Pongal is very different. So here Atkal Pongal celebrated this. Okay, so Atkul temple in Kerala. In also they also had this special food there. But what is important for all of is Atkul Pongal. What is Atkul Pongal means? It's a festival happened in Kerala. Okay, remember that for MCQ's point of view. Next we have this issue called as, that is export control credit cooperation, export control, sorry, export credit guarantee cooperation, export credit guarantee cooperation. It is the final motto. Okay. So here, Government of India recently inaugurated Export Credit Guarantee Cooperation in Bombay. So, Export Credit Guarantee Cooperation is located under Ministry of Commerce and Industries, and it is a platform where webinars and everything will be conducted. Okay, so here, what is economic and social cooperation change? Okay, so this is data here regarding Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. But I asked a question about Ministry of Commerce and Industry because this ECGC was handled by Commerce Ministry itself. So Ministry of Commerce and Industry will help it. And finally, 1957. So thanks to the local governments which brought it to the limelight. Okay, so this is the story of ECGC. ECGC, okay. Next we have the swearing in summary of Meghalaya and Nagaland crisis. Okay. So recent elections happened in Nagaland and Meghalaya. CMs took oath. So who took the oath is something which is important for non-UPSC exam. Who is the recent CJI? Who is the recent chief minister? Who appointed as a governor? So on this format, who will appoint the CM? So the council minister shall be the CM. Okay. So Article 161 talks about CM, and CM will be uh, take oath by the so-called governor of the state. Is it clear? So these are the certain current affair prelims topics and mains topics for this week. Next week we will try to cover the most of the issues. But I suggest you, those who are preparing for pre, do focus more and revise more. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, with your permission, I will take leave and see you soon. Okay, for now. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.